Hello Marcel, and welcome to your lightsaber reveal. This video will cover basic functionality of the lightsaber, so how to change the colour, go through various settings and such. Also I'll show you how to remove the battery properly without breaking any of the innards or anything like that. Now I will say this is 3D printed, so inherently it will have a little bit of weakness in it. So if you will hit anyone or duel with anyone, make sure it's light contact, because otherwise it will be broken afterwards. So yeah, I'll get back onto functionality. So this is it. It has turned out pretty nicely. I've done exactly what you wanted. You wanted all black, basically like Kylo Ren's lightsaber. So you've got the red pommel. I've put a little bit of weathering on the pommel, so it looks grimy, it looks like it's worn. There's lots of wearing all over the saber. On the end here I've put a light bit of silver, a little bit of bluing, just to make it look like it's been used and hot. So that's your blade plug that Erling is given to you also, which is really nice. I'm not sure if this one glows in the dark. One of mine does glow in the dark, but it will let light through and it looks awesome whilst doing it. Now I'll go on to how to take the battery out first before I put a blade in. So all you need to do is hold the top firmly. Don't press the buttons, don't press anything, but just hold the top firmly and twist the bottom section. This will come loose. It's just the way it is. I haven't been able to fix that, but just twist. There's quite a few threads. I will lube it up again before I send it off to you, but any sort of olive oil, something like that, just pull it on the threads here and on the inside, and that should make it nice and loose. Well, not loose, but you know. But yeah, that is the inside. You've got your Proto Knight board there. It's got all the wiring from the underneath, so all you've got on the top is a few beads, so there's no way of snagging any wires or anything like that. But I will say, just be careful when pulling this out. So this is the battery I've installed. I've put a bit of tape around it. I suggest that you do the same with yours, because it is rather difficult to get the battery out. So all you need to do is put your thumb here, hold the chassis not too tightly, but just give it a gentle pull, and you only need to come out that much. If you do not go any further than that, because if you do, you'll pull on the wires and inevitably it'll wear the wires and it will break them. So all you need to do is pull the little tab up that I've put. You'll have to do this on your battery, but just gently pull and it will pop out. As you can see, underneath is all of the wires going into the board. Don't touch any of those. I have put on the side a positive and a negative. That is for your battery. So when your battery turns up, it should look like this, hopefully. So the top will that looks like that. It's got like sort of like a little a few vents in it. That will be your positive, and obviously the flat side will be your negative. When you put the battery in, just pop it in like that, pop down both sides, and you should hear that startup sound. Once you've heard that, you can go ahead, tuck your bit of paper in here. It is preferred to tuck it in, because otherwise it will get in the way of the threads. All you need to do is push that in. Up here you can see that there's a bit of a gap there. You just need to push it. You might need to take a little bit of a wiggle, tiny bit of wiggle, but just push it until it comes flush like that, and that is it. That will be where the only reason why it catches is because of the buttons, I do believe. I've pushed it in as far as I can, and that's just how it is. But yeah, so that's pushed in, that won't come loose, that isn't coming out. It's quite a tight fit. You've got a nice little 20mm speaker there. It's plenty loud enough, it is actually deafening. So yeah, once you've done that, you just get the bottom part again, just slide it on, keep twisting until you feel the threads catch. I will say just keep hold of this bit because it is a tight fit. Now the threads do stop here, so that lines up with that, but that is technically wrong for movie accuracy. Just give it a little bit of a turn backwards and it will look like that. That is perfectly aligned now, and it will not move from that position. It is quite a tight thread, so there is no worries of it coming undone whilst you're swinging it about and stuff. So now you've got that, this board will go into sleep mode after 5 minutes, but to wake it up you just press this button. Now it will be awake now anyway, but you just click this top button once, just like that. You don't hold it down. If you hold it down you'll go into menu settings, but just to turn it on it's just that button. To turn it off, hold it down. So click on, it's got so those like your flash on clash sounds. You will have flash on clash. It doesn't show up in this blade plug because it's red and it doesn't let any other light through other than red. So yeah, you also have a blaster block or blaster deflection. All you do is click that one at the top, and that, so yeah. I think the battery might be low, so that might be the reason why it's still doing that. But yes, so that's it. That is how to take the battery out and things like that. I'll go ahead and show you how to take your blade plug out, install your blade, and then we'll go through the menu settings. So to take the blade plug out, all you need to do is see this screw here. Do not touch the screw beneath it. That is the one that holds in the LED module. So it's a flathead. I've cut it down so it fits inside that little area there. Be careful with this, it is plastic, so don't wrench on it or anything like that. It's just a few turns like that and that will loosen it off. You grab the end with your nail and it just pulls out like that. I'll stand that up like that. Now this is my blade. You'll need a thin-walled blade that's quite short. I wouldn't have a long blade in this. It will be too heavy for the saber. Like I said before, it's 3D printed, it will break. So I've sanded this back a little bit because obviously I've put all these marks in it, but I needed to sand this back to fit it in here. If you do get your blade and it's too tight, sand down the blade. Do not touch the emitter. Do not force the blade into the emitter, it will break. So yeah, all you need to do, slide it in, twist it as it's going in until it stops. Okay, and then you go back to your screw here and do a few turns until you feel it tightening up, like so. Pinch tight. Do not crank it, you will tear the threads. Like I said before, this is only plastic. You will actually get a bit of shine through on this because it is plastic, it's white plastic, it will let the light through. So if I turn it on, you can just see a tiny bit of shine through there, but that's because it was white originally. I've painted it to match it with the rest of the saber. So yeah, on the video this looks like a bit of a white, but it's not. It is red, and it's very red. I went with a red amber LED, so you can change your colours to whatever you want. All you need to do that is turn the saber off. When the saber is off, hold down the button.
Sound font.
And that will be your sound font selection. You can change that by clicking this button, and that will change the sound font to the other sound font, which is your dark side sound font. So let's just click on that for a second. All you have to do is hold it down, and that sets the sound font. To turn it back on, one click, and that is your second sound font. So yeah. Right, so now I'll go through your settings. All you need to do is hold down this button.
Sound font.
That will go to your sound font selection. Just click the button and it will change your sound font. Tap it.
Main color.
It will go to your color selection. You tap this button until you find the desired color you want. It will keep going. I think there's about 16 different colors on here. Some are very similar, some are brighter than others. You just go through whichever ones you want. When you hear that sound, that means it's scrolled through all the colors. You just keep going until you find the one you want. I'm going to select this one. To then go on to the next menu setting,
Class color.
tap it. Same again, exactly the same. Just go through, choose a color. When you've gone through, that sound will be made, but just keep going until you choose the color you want. I'm going to choose a sort of orangey amber for you. So, and then the next menu selection,
Blast color.
you give it a tap and it will tell you which one you're on, and then you just click the button again, same again. So I've selected sort of a light sort of yellow there for you. All you have to do, tap it again, and it will change, go on to another menu, which I don't really know what it does. You click it and it goes through. I think it's to name your color selection basically.
Warrior. Guardian. Hero.
I'll just put it on hero.
Volume.
So this is your volume setting. I've put it on the highest volume setting you can put it on. But all you need to do, yet again, is just keep clicking it. It's very quiet to begin with. As you can hear, it gets louder and louder. That is probably your loudest setting. So what I'll do is I'll tap it,
Sleep mode.
and that'll go into sleep mode. Tap it
Sound
again,
font.
it'll round robin, it'll go back to the beginning again. To set it, all you need to do, hold it down. That's it. That is, it's quite sensitive. That's it. So yeah, that is your saber. Turn it off. Like I said again, take the blade out, come to your little screw, unscrew it, tiny bit, hold the top, pull it out with a twist, put your blade plug in, push it till it's flush. Screw it up, pinch tight, done. It will still work. And that's it. Erling has also provided you with a nice little stand to rest it on. I find that the middle balancing point is just on these bits here. So you just rest it on and it looks rather nice. So there you go. hope you enjoy. I'll send it as soon as I possibly can.